Hello, I'm Ryanjeet Girn, and this is my EECS 1011 watering project. I'll be talking about a few things today. CLO1, my algorithm in MATLAB. For the first learning outcome, it follows my flowchart, which describes the process of my algorithm within MATLAB. Inputs from the button on my board will stop water from pumping and display a message reading emergency shutoff has been activated. If not pressed, the code will continue to execute and pump water while the soil is found to be dry. This is based off voltage readings determined by the moisture sensor. CLO2 loops and conditionals. I'm using a while true loop to keep checking whether the soil is dry or not, as well as a selection of if, else, and else if statements to check if the moisture in the soil is below or above the set threshold. CLO3, writing a simple function using M files within MATLAB. I use a separate script to create a function for the emergency shutoff button. It takes two input parameters, those being A for Arduino and the OLED display. Calling this function in the main script checks if it is true, and if it is, it's because the button has been pressed down and the program breaks, stopping the code and displaying a message on the OLED display. CLO4 control over the program. The code in MATLAB will water the plant when dry for 5 seconds before taking a 55-second pause to wait and see if the soil is dry still. If not, then the pump will remain off until the soil needs water. I also have a part of the script that will convert the moisture values from 30 or 70% respectively, if they are above or below the set threshold. CLO5. These values are then added to a live updating graph, as you can see, as long as the code is executing. This is built into the main while true loop, which you will have seen the live graph adding points in the previous clip. In this clip, I am demonstrating my emergency shutoff button, which when pressed removes the current voltage message from the OLED screen for the moisture and displays an emergency override activated message. It will also display a similar message in the command window. CLO7 physical hardware. As you can see, the MOSFET is connected to D2, and then on one side of the MOSFET is connected to a 9-volt battery, while the other side is connected to a water pump that's been placed into a 2-liter jug of water. Going back to the Grove Arduino board, we can see that at A0, a moisture sensor has been connected. This moisture sensor is then placed into the soil near the plant. Once again, returning to the Grove board, we can see both an emergency shutoff button and the OLED display. Then a long cable runs to my laptop, which transports the code to the board.